Reverend Tony here with the spiritual challenge for the month of June on the theme of renewal. Think you're up for the challenge? Stick around. Before I get into this month's challenge, just a reminder that if you haven't done so already, please like, follow, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave me a comment. All of that stuff really does help me out a lot, and I'm really grateful for it. The theme for the month is renewal, and my challenge to you for this month is to take a nap. Seriously, take a nap. It's good for you. Rest is a spiritual practice. When I was training to be a spiritual director, one of the things I had to read was by American philosopher and theologian Dallas Willard. And he noted that sleep, getting enough good sleep, is a spiritual practice. That kind of threw me a little bit. But it makes a lot of sense the more you think about it. A lot of people are tired. A lot of people don't get enough rest. Our society is one that has us run, produce, do everything you can. Staying awake, keeping going, not needing sleep is a badge of honor in our society in some circles. Absolutely ridiculous. It wasn't until the Industrial Revolution that going with less sleep and continuous motion and always being on and available became a thing. Before we had electric lights, we slept from early in the evening till sunrise. And people had 2 periods of sleep. They'd sleep for a few hours, wake up in the middle of the night, do some things, read, write, do some chores, whatever, for just a little bit. After a little bit, go back to sleep again. This 8 hours of sleep and sleeping through the night when you can is a more modern adaptation to life in an industrialized society. And there's a lot about living in this industrialized society that is not good for our health. We do need to sleep more, and we need good sleep, sleep that's rejuvenating, that lets all our physiological systems do what they're supposed to do and recharge and renew. So, my challenge to you for this month is to take a nap. In fact, take more than one nap. Maybe try napping, if not every day, once a week. Throw in a nap this week. For a few weeks, throw in a nap. See what it does for you. Allow yourself that period of rest. Lots of us find that it may be difficult to actually find that time to take a nap. When I was in college, a friend of mine was the editor of our student newspaper. And at one point, he wrote an editorial on napping. Now, this was ahead of his time, before napping became a thing that I'm talking about in this video, for example. We had at our school a library building that was very tall, 4 stories, 5 stories, and one entire wall was all pane glass. And that wall, that side of the building, faced into the quad, into the rest of the buildings in the small little New England campus. And as the day crested past noon, especially in the early fall and in the spring, that wall of glass would get a lot of sun. And if you went up on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th floors where people could be reading or studying, you saw a lot of students actually asleep in their chair at a table, book in front of them or book over their face or on their chest, napping. It's good for us. Get that nap in. Let yourself rest. Rest is resistance. Getting enough rest and claiming the right for enough rest is an act of resistance against the dehumanized industrial corporate culture that we live in. Walter Brueggemann, in his book Sabbath as Resistance, notes that the pharaohs of the world always want to keep everyone down by either exploiting their labor and keeping people as slaves, or exploiting their labor with low wages and horrible working conditions. There have always been pharaohs who keep people enslaved to the grind one way or another. Actual slavery, wage slavery, taking advantage of those who are dependent upon whatever work and sustenance is available. When the Jewish people were encountered by the Romans thought they were nuts for taking a whole day off, because according to the Roman way of looking at life, the only thing you did with your life is you did great deeds and accomplished things so people told your story when you were dead. Giving up 1 out of every 7 days in which to do things and accomplish things seemed crazy to them. But the ancient Israelites knew something that we still need to remember to this day, that just being and being alive and the quality of our life is more important than accomplishing yet another thing most of the time. So rest, napping, is a reminder to just be. And it works against that empire in our world, wherever it comes from, the pharaohs of our world, that want to keep everybody oppressed and dependent and try to tell everyone that rest and relaxation and leisure and pleasure are just for the rich and powerful. It's a lie. It's not true. Teresa Hersey, founder of the Nap Ministry, says her book, Rest is Resistance, is a call to action for the sleep deprived. She says, "This is a manifesto for those who are sleep deprived, searching for justice and longing to be liberated from the oppressive grip of the grind culture." Amen. For some related resources, see a previous challenge on Sabbath as resistance and a previous sermon of mine also titled Sabbath as Resistance. Links are in the description, along with some links to other resources mentioned in this video. So my challenge to you for this month is to take a nap. As always, I would love to hear about your experience with this challenge. Were you able to take a nap, find time to fit it in? What did you think or feel or think about after taking a nap, or 2 or 3? Until next time, go in peace and get some rest. If you enjoyed this month's spiritual challenge video, please like this video and share it with others. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, and please leave me a comment. I'd love to know what you think about this month's spiritual challenge. Check out my website and blog at tonylorenzen.com for even more resources that will open your mind, touch your heart, and inspire your spirit.